Hey everybody, welcome to Dino's Duck Soup. Hey everybody, welcome to Dino's Duck Soup. As always, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and check out the description below. We were talking about the history of old time radio, specifically comedies on this channel. Comedies, musicals, soap operas, westerns, all that good stuff. This time we are going to talk about Mayor of the Town, a comedy drama. This is, and I do get into broadcast history, so for a couple minutes there it may be boring, but it's all relevant to the historical facts of the show. Mayor of the Town is kind of more of a well-known one that still exists today. Broadcast history was September 6th through September 27th, 1942 on NBC, 30 minutes, Sundays at 7:30. Sponsor was Rinso. October 7th, 1942 through May 31st, 1947, CBS, 30 minutes, Wednesdays at 9:30, 1942 at 9, January 6th through December 29th, 1943, Rinso. Returned March 11th, 1944, Saturdays at 7, Mondays at 9, July and August, 1944. Saturdays at 7, 1944 through 1945, at 8, mid-1945, at 8:30. 1945 through 1947, Noxema hits the airwaves. There you go. October 8th, 1947 through June 30th, 1948 on ABC, 30 minutes. Wednesdays at 8, Noxema. January 2nd, July through July 3rd, 1949 in the Mutual Network, 30 minutes, Sundays at 7:30, Mutual Benefit Insurance. Remember Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom? Cast was Lionel Barrymore as the mayor of the town of Springdale, Agnes Moorehead as Merrily, his housekeeper, Conrad Binion as the mayor's ward, Butch, Gloria McMillan as Charlie Bronson, Butch's best girl, Priscilla Lyon as Holly Ann, the mayor's granddaughter. Also, Will Wright, Sharon Douglas, Irvin Lee, Marjorie Davies, and other Hollywood actors. Producer Murray Boland, later Knowles Entricken. Director Jack Van Nostrand. It reminds me of Seinfeld, Van Nostrand. Writers Gene Halloway, Leonard St. Clair, Howard Blake, Erna Lazarus, etc. Howard Breslin and Charles Tazewell wrote alternate weeks, circa 1945. Orchestra Gordon Jenkins, circa 1943. Bernard Katz, 1945. Frank Worth. Sound effects were done by David Light, Mary Ann Gideon. Let's see a little bit about this. Mayor of the Town was a perfect vehicle for Lionel Barrymore, which, with warm-hearted humor and good-natured grumbling, its mayor had a fierce bark but a mushy heart. When confronted with the plight of an orphan or a stray dog, the mayor cared little about political advantage. He even found time once a year to turn the town of Springdale into a special theater, to give his traditional performances as Ebenezer Scrooge and Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. The town described by Barrymore in Radio Life was not unlike Dr. Christian's River's End or Gildersleeve's Summerfield. There was a broad street flanked by secondary streets, First and Spring. The cross streets bore the names of Trees, Cherry, Walnut, Locust, and Elm. At the foot of, I love that, at the foot of Main Street were Hill and Market Streets. At Market and Main were the Idle Hour Theater. Oh God, this feels so good. Fred Jackson Service Station, and the two town newspapers, the Globe and the Clarion. One Main Street where Grayson's Drugstore, the Bon-Ton Department Store, Veter's Tobacco Shop, and the Bijou Theater. The big hotel in town was the Grover House at Main and 3rd. Next to the hotel was the Greyhound Bus Depot. Next to that, a tea room called the Pantry, where the mayor's secretary, Tony McCafferty, took her lunches. The train station was at the foot of a hill street, and across the tracks was the shabbier part of town, marked by the Avon Hotel. A parcel of juke joints, love that, and a couple of pool rooms. The town church was at Maple and Spring. Reverend Dinwiddie was a fussy little man, but gives the congregation a good sermon for its money. The sexton, Farmer George Meader, swings a mean call to church. Other town characters were Police Chief Archie Chamberlain, dog catcher Clem Adams, the town physician Dr. Case and Mrs. Bronson, Sunday school teacher Miss Gruesome to her students, was the teacher at Elmwood School, and Judge Williams was the best checker player in town. Next to me, said the mayor. The main characters were the mayor, his housekeeper, Marilee, and his ward, Butch, who was often found hanging on the gate when the mayor came home from City Hall. The mayor's house was at Elm, near Main. Butch, whose real name was Roscoe Turner, had come to live with the mayor after the first season, when his mother died and his dad went to fight with the Seabees. On warm nights, he liked to play under street lamps, chasing fireflies with his friends, Bitsy Morgan, Pee Wee Taylor, and Charlie Bronson. Often the stories were coming-of-age pieces, focusing on the mayor's special relationship with Butch. They fished together and swam at the hole near Rock Creek. Marilee entered the stories with complaints about the mayor's tardiness or repeating the gossip of her friendly enemy, Abby Peters. So there you go. One more little tidbit of history in comedy, old-time radio. Until next time, peace.